Small introduction out of the way. My name is Chris Palmer, and in today's Google My Maps tutorial video, what I'd like to share with you is going to be exactly how you can create My Maps on Google, just like you would go ahead and buy from some of these service vendors. Now, before I get into it, I'm not stating that this particular service or doing just this is going to have an effect. The cause and the effect is, I'm going to create these My Map citations. The end game here is to create a location-based sitemap. And in order to do that, you will need a KML file. Now, in order to create a KML file, you either need to do this within, well, there's multiple ways, but two ways that I know of is within Google Earth, or another way is by utilizing Google My Maps. So what I want to walk you through in this local SEO tutorial on how you can utilize Google My Maps in order to create local citations first in bulk, just like you would buy from a service. Then we're going to go through the location-based sitemap, or at least create the KML file. So let's not waste too much time. I'll get directly into how to do this. And the very first thing that I want to share with you is at the SEO Mastermind. That is SEOmastermind.org. If you head on over to SEOmastermind.org, I've actually shared a city list with I believe about 40,000 US cities. So it's completely free. Here's the XLSX file. Now, depending on your state, will determine how many cities or towns will be inside the file section, and I'll share this with you. So all you'll have to do, and I got this from, I think, US Maps. It's a free list out there from the Census Bureau. It's a free download, but I have it all here. Plus, I have the tutorial here for you just to make your life easy if you want to go ahead and go through with this. So with that out of the way, I've already gone over to the SEOmastermind.org. I went ahead and I downloaded this. All right, so we'll click on this. Here's our download here. Once that is complete, what you will need to do is head on over to Google Drive. Now, Google Drive is completely complimentary as long as you have a Google account. All right. Now, once inside your Google account, you will need to set up the XLSX file, at least targeting specific cities. Now, for this demonstration, I want to get crazy. I want to lay down the entire list. So let's go ahead and do that together. Now, again, I've already went ahead and took the liberty to download the list from SEOmastermind.org. But of course, we're going to go ahead and upload this, replace the existing file. Clearly, I already have this on my machine, but that's okay. What we're going to do is we will go ahead and upload this to Google Sheets. So when you get that file, you just drag it in here to your Google Drive. In the basic My Drive, drag it in. This file over here to your right-hand side will pop up. When this happens, what you'll do is you will click on this and Google Sheets will then open up. Now, in order to do this correctly, what you will need to do is go ahead and clean this list up and lay in a few more data points. So let's go ahead and do this together. First and foremost, what I want to do is I will go ahead and clean this up. So the time zone, military, this one, we're going to go ahead and leave county. Before we do this, let's make this a little larger so you can see it. Alrighty. We will go ahead and spread this out. Alrighty. Now, that makes it a little bit easier to see. What we're going to do is we will clean out time zone and military and imprecise, so we will go ahead and do this. We're going to delete these particular columns. All right. Let's go ahead and make this just a tad bit smaller, down to 12. Okay, so it's not the text, it's the spread out that I did. All righty. Now we have county FIPS, whatever that is, county names. So what I want to do is I want to go ahead and remove this particular county FIPS. So now we have county names all. Then we have county name. Alrighty. So what I want to do is go ahead and remove this one and this one. We will delete these particular columns. Now we have the county name. We're going to go ahead and get rid of this one, and then the density, and also the population, and also the parent code. So we're going to go ahead and remove these, delete these selected columns. Again, we want to set this up for the main purpose of creating a KML file. You can also utilize this exact same process in order to create those Google My Maps citations, those local citations, if that's what you want to do. So you might want to go ahead and pick out or add in depending on your overall goals. But for me, I want it, just for this example, we're going to go ahead and whack it all. All right. Because I think that'll be pretty fun to go ahead and do. I believe this service generally runs anywhere between $20 and $50, depending on how many pins are being dropped. In this instance, we're going to go ahead and drop 40,000 pins. So I see this, again, ranging in price anywhere between $20 and $50, and I'm going to show you how to go ahead and do this for yourself easily and completely free. So let's keep moving on here. We'll go ahead and click on this. So here's our state. We have Puerto Rico. So we want to utilize the county name function. So we will delete this column. So now we have the state name, county name, state ID, city. All right, we definitely want to leave in the longitude and latitude, city. All right, and then this right here is the zip code. So let's just go back through these briefly on My Maps through this tutorial. This is the sheet that I shared at the SEOmastermind.org listing 40,000 different cities, towns inside the United States only. You can go ahead and type in worldwide cities, zips, longitude, and latitude in Google. You could get another list. There's tons of lists out there available. All right. So with that being said, we have zip code, longitude and latitude, city, state ID, state name, and also the county name. All right. Now what we want to do is we want to go ahead and click on this A tab. So that's the very first column inside of Google Sheets. And what we're going to do here is we're going to right click, and then we're going to insert one column to the left. That's this one right here. We will click this. And then up at the top, what we want to write is we want to write company. All right. So this is going to be the company. All right. So company name. All right. We're just going to leave company here. Now, as far as the company is concerned, what we want to do is we're going to go ahead and create one for ourselves. And we really want to have a lot of fun with this. So I'm going to go above board on this. And I am going to go ahead and generate a really long name for myself. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to look up, we're going to go ahead and type this out. Okay. So SEO, search engine optimization, consultant, SEO expert, local SEO, Google Maps SEO, consultation. Oh boy, look at this. This is going to be a good one. So what I'm doing here is I'm generating the company name. So it's going to be Chris Palmer Marketing, M-A-R-K-E-T-I-N-G, Chris Palmer SEO. All right. And what we're going to do here is we're going to put a little dash here. And then we're going to put in our primary keywords here. Google My Business, Google Maps, Google SEO, Bing SEO, digital, M-A-R-K-E-T, internet marketing. Okay. Now, again, I'm doing this to just showcase the capabilities of these maps citations. You don't have to go completely haywire, but of course, I want to just go ahead and have a lot of fun with this. I'm going to lay out the whole map. I'm going to really make it pretty. We're going to have a lot of fun with this. All right. So here's what else we're going to do. We're going to go on out here and we're going to go for a free keyword generator. Better yet, though. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Let's find a one. I believe there's one out here called Wordsy. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to come out here. We have a free keyword tool. What we're going to type in is search engine optimization. All right. So we're going to go ahead and find some keywords here. We will continue. All right. So this is going to take one moment. I've never utilized this tool before. I'm just looking to get a nice list. All right, download all the keywords. Does it want to give it to me? Oh, it's going to make me. I see. Rows per page. How about 100? Okay, so it's not going to allow me. Unfortunately, they have lost me on this one, but that's okay. We're going to go ahead and turn this particular tool on. And what we're going to do is we're going to come up here. We're going to type in search engine optimization. Bear with me. I really want to get a nice list here and see exactly how big of a list we could go ahead and generate. Okay, 1 of 4. So this has 1 million searches. Wow. So let's grab this one. All right. Well, I thought that would be a lot easier. I already know what I want. All right, I was hoping for something a little easier. I don't want to go chasing down keywords. I think we got the point here, Chris. We're going to go ahead and just move forward here. We have search engine optimization, consulting consultant, SEO expert, local SEO, Google Maps SEO, consultation, AFFILIATE SEO. And then we have Maps SEO. And then we have Google Business Profile Manager. And a local SEO expert. All right. We're going to end it with another Chris Palmer. 30 West Broad Street. 30 West Broad Street, Tamaqua, PA, 18252. We will go ahead and put one of our numbers in there. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to take this, cut. That way, if it gets trimmed, at least we'll have our initial citation in there. We will take this, we're going to copy it, and then we're going to add it into here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okie dokie. Now, since I know that we can really stuff these to the gills, here's what we're going to do. We want to go above and beyond afterward. But the next step, after you've filled out, and I will go back through this briefly because of that strenuous Excel debacle. What we'll do now is, let me just go back through this. So once you have the information that you need, so remember this, company, zip code, latitude, longitude, LNG is longe, city, then you're also going to include your state ID, all right, the state name, and then also the county name. All right, now you could go ahead and fill this out. We're going to see if it takes this in. I'm pretty sure you could get quite a bit in there. I just didn't want it to be very messy, but make sure you go ahead and download this after you're done. And you can download this as either CSV or XLSX. For this instance, we will download it as a Excel file or a XLSX file. All right, so once that is done, the very next step will be go back over to your Google Drive. Once over on Google Drive, you will look over here to your left-hand side, and what you will do is you're going to click on New. Now, once you click on the New button, you will go over here to Google Maps. Once inside of Google Maps, you will wait for it to load. And then it's going to be up to you as far as what you want to go ahead and put in here. Now, what I'm going to do here is just go ahead and add this in. Add it one more time. We will do this. Here. SEO Consulting Chris Palmer. What we're going to do is we're going to import. We're going to grab our new file, which I believe 2.2 megabytes, 2.2 megabytes, 3.7. It's this one. All right, so we're going to go ahead and add those in. Then what we'll do is it should cover or blanket the United States with our pins here. Choose columns to position in your place marks. Okie dokie. Longitude, latitude, city, and the county. Continue, and then of course we want it to state our name. So that's what we're choosing here. That's the name of the actual panel. So let's see if the max is 2,000. Usually I never tried to do 40,000. I can't even say that I did. Usually I was doing 20 or 30, just a surrounding area. And the maximum is 2,000. So it's pretty darn clear here that the maximum is 2,000. Now, here's what I'll go per little pin. So that doesn't mean you can't make more, because you can. And then to change the color, here, let's go zip. I love it. Here, let's keep going here. I want to have a little bit of fun with this. So let's do purple. We'll do red. So now we can list these different pieces styled by zip code. So now this one's listing out our zip codes. Other, no value. What we'll do here is we'll make them houses. All right, here, watch this. So here, I have one that I was just doing before. Here, we're going to go in there. I'll show you how to have fun. You can start breaking it down by county or state as well. So here, watch this. So we'll get rid of these for now. Okay. And what I'm going to do is just add one brief layer. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to import. We're going to select the file from the device. We're going to go ahead and grab this. And then here, watch. We can grab each of these because we want all of the information to be listed. Longitude, state. That way we list everything, and then we'll list the company, and then finish. This is just Florida. Watch this. It's just going to cover Florida. You'll see. Boom. See, I just covered the entire state. I could go state by state. We can add other layers. Each of these are individual pins. These are all in the different counties and cities inside of the great state of Pennsylvania. Or Pennsylvania. Inside of the great state of Florida. Okay, so we can make them purple. You can do whatever you want, really. It doesn't really matter. All items. Let's go purple. Okay, so now we have purple, and let's make them houses. Okay, so now they're houses. Better yet, let's make them little martini glasses. Cheers! More icons. Check it out. So here, we could do, like, what do you guys want? Let's do aliens, dude. That'll be cool. Look at la la la. Doesn't that look cool? So this is the Google My Maps tutorial. Now let's take this a step further, because at the end of the sitemap, the next step is going to be this. All right, so what we want to do here is we want to go ahead and just take a quick preview. When you share your map, this is how it will look. Looks pretty darn cool, if I have to say so myself. Okay, this thing looks awesome. 3 views, published 2 minutes ago. What we can do is you can share it out, but I'm not interested in sharing as of yet. What I'm interested in is download KML. Okay, so keep data up to date with the network link KML, only usable online. Export as KML instead of KMZ. Does not support all icons, and that's perfectly fine. What we're going to do is click OK. And now we have our KML file. Okay. Now with your KML file, what you can do now is there are generators out on the web. So if you want to create a location-based sitemap, of course you should have those pages on the website. And of course I would think that you're going to have maybe verified listings or something equivalent to that, right? But make sure you have the pages. If you're trying to utilize advanced strategies for expanding proximity, one of the very first steps is creating that page and making that connection. You can make a connection utilizing APIs, like embeds work perfectly fine. This can make a connection between the page and a GMB, whether it's verified or however you decide to go ahead and get those GMBs, but get your name on them. Make sure they have different phone numbers on them, unique descriptions, and make sure that the title or the name of the business is unique, okay? Make it unique to that page. All right. Now, with that being said, what we're going to do is we're going to get a location sitemap generator. All right, there's one out there that I know of. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and make this a little smaller so it's okay. Now what we're looking for is so fill in your company details manually or upload a CSV, enter optional details, download the file you will need. It's that easy. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and go over to the Geo. We are going to upload our file. Now, in order to utilize this, here, I want to see something quick. Format of it. Okay, so here's what you have to do. So inside this, it's a geo sitemap. You can name this whatever you want. It's going to be another XML. It's a geo sitemap or a location sitemap. You can name it whatever you want. .xml. Okay. I would probably keep it at geomap or make it a location sitemap. But here's what you have to do next. All right. So here's what you'll do. Come on over here to say your hosting, upload. Okay, so you need to upload two separate files. Okay, the first file is going to be your KML. The second is going to be your geo sitemap. Okay, so you can upload your geo sitemap and also upload your KML file. Now, here's what you're going to need to do. Come back here. See how this is. I'll go ahead and open this up so you could see it. Wherever the name of the actual file is, that's what you need to put inside of the sitemap file. Okay, so if you've uploaded now, you have your geo sitemap here. I'll move these down so you can make so it's easier for us. All right, won't let me move it for whatever reason. So let me see here. So we have our sitemap.xml, we have our geositemap.xml, and then we have the CRISP. So here's what I want to do. I want to go in here. I want to edit the name of this. Click edit. Now we have to go in there. We named it location.kml. So now I'm going to go into the actual KML sitemap and I'm going to go ahead and write this down. So this is going to be location.kml. I think I called it locations.kml. Now this right here is going to be SERPclick, and the name, I don't have a .com, it's serpclick.io, and then whatever you've named that KML file, that's what you put in here. So it's yourwebsite.com / whatever you name that file, that's what you're going to put into the sitemap, just like your other sitemap. You're just telling them where it's at. Then you'll click on save. Okay, now this right here is the KML file that you're calling. The sitemap, on the other hand, that you're going to submit, the KML sitemap, see this location geomap.xml? This right here, copy. If we come over here and you go to serpclick.io / serpclick.io / control V, enter. Now look, it's given that KML or the XML sitemap. which is calling in, as you can see here. Here's my location.kml. It's calling in that KML file, which is my location. Okay, that'll list out all the locations. In this instance, it's 1,000 in Florida, which have nothing to do with me, but I'm showing you what to do. Now I'll take you to the next step. How does Google know where this is? Well, just like you did with your other sitemap, I don't know if I have a Google Search Console on this particular domain. I highly doubt it. Usually I don't plug things into Search Console, but maybe you do have stuff plugged into Search Console. When you're inside of Search Console, let's see here. Ooh, serpclick.io. I'm in luck. I did add it. So you come in here to your sitemap. See how I have my sitemap.xml? That's my regular XML. For this one, it's just going to be this. So it's going to be https:// serpclick.io/geositemap.xml. Submit. Okay, then we have a success here. All right, so this is how you create from beginning until end. This was a Google My Maps tutorial on how you can create mass local business citations. After I showed you how to go ahead and create those citations, which they sell them again between 20 and 50 bucks, I taught you how you can then export that KML file. Do I have that right? The KML file. So once you export the KML files, you can then generate a location-based sitemap. Once you have a location-based sitemap, you can then go ahead and submit your location sitemap along with your other sitemap. So now you have a location sitemap, you probably have your regular sitemap, you probably have an author sitemap, and if you want to go completely insane, you probably have a post, a page, an author, a product. You probably have sitemaps for everything. Why not add one more? My name's Chris Palmer. If you have any other questions related to local SEO, Google Maps SEO, My Maps SEO, really anything at all, never hesitate to check out SEOmastermind.org, where you can go ahead and get that city list. All right. And of course, ask anything that you'd like in the section below. And I always look forward to seeing you in the next Google Maps, My Maps SEO tutorial. Local SEO 2022 video. Thank you so much. That was actually fun. I enjoyed doing that. Thank you so much.